How's it going, YouTube? David from Nerd Underground TV. Joining me today is Kirby. And our good buddy, Jonathan.
Hello.
And we're hard at work, of course. Working on Nerd Underground content for you.
All day, every day.
Every day, unless we're working. Stupid day jobs. But today, with the hustle and bustle of what we're doing, we actually got to slip in some time and watch some Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F.
Yeah.
Finally checked it out with the limited time theatrical release here in the U.S., the dubbed, which is all the Funimation, basically Toonami voices I grew up with. So it was my childhood right there in front of me on the silver screen. And we checked that out, and we're going to talk about it. So first and foremost, there's spoilers. We're going to talk about this stuff. We're going to take a little bit of time and talk about the things that we liked and didn't like, if there's any.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it yet, or if you don't want to know some of these details, please go watch it. Come back, watch our video. It'll still be here.
Yes.
So first off, I'd like to ask you guys, I'd like to point out first, Leo and I have seen Battle of the Gods.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan just knows the premise and has not seen it.
Nope.
So, first I want to talk about, sorry to exclude you.
No, that's not good.
How did it compare to the first one? The first film that we saw?
Technically it was more action in it. It was freaking badass. Man, it was like, you know how usually in the first Battle of Gods, it showed like not that much fighting.
Mm-hmm.
There was more fighting in this one.
Oh yeah.
So I was pleased with that, and how they basically took the first Super Saiyan God, and they shifted to just basically like a structured it. It was pretty legit. The first one, Battle Gods, when they're fighting, Beatrice, they were like all over the place. This one was actually legit. When Goku and Vegeta came in, they were like, we're here to fight. Ain't no rush. We take our time.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop you real quick, Frieza.
Whereas all the other Z fighters had to deal with all the minions, thousands and thousands of minions.
All the foot soldiers that they really just had to clear out. I think it was over 1,000 they said in there.
Something like that. Yeah, the little guy who showed up, Jarku, whatever. I cannot honestly remember his name. Jocko.
Paco.
Which is what, Dr. Briefs actually did call him Paco in the film.
He gave us so many names.
Taco.
I think he even said Taco.
Taco was the first one. Yeah. Briefs ain't the only one to dish out the jokes. This one, of course, just like Battle of the Gods, had a great amount of fan service and jokes.
Oh.
It was great. It was pretty funny. There's some great funny moments. But before we get into that, let's hit up a little more on the premise. You guys do know that Frieza, of course, is the main nemesis, the arch rival that pushed Goku to the next level, Super Saiyan.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, bringing him back, I kind of foresaw that happening, but I also didn't foresee that happening. When they announced Resurrection F, I was just like, huh.
Yeah. What does the F stand for, huh?
I wonder. And it's purple.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's there.
Yeah,
Frieza was a little more batshit crazy in this one. Instead of being the evil overlord kind of.
Yeah, instead of just wanting to destroy everything, he wanted to destroy one person in general, which was Goku.
It was a revenge film.
It was revenge.
It was kind of funny because technically Frieza was just like, usually he's like the dominant and just like, whatever.
Cocky.
I can do whatever I want. This one, he was actually there. He was just like, you could tell he was shaking because he just came from hell and a whole bunch of bears and fairies and big stuff. I was like, and he just like, you could tell he was irritated. Like he came back a different person because you could tell there was like they're like,
impatient.
Go back,
Which did come around and bite him in the ass during the final fight with Goku. Which was great. Let's talk about all the stuff that happened before that final fight, or the big climax, Frieza gets resurrected by very loyal minions. I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Zoku?
Zobar.
Zobar?
No, it was it's the name of an ice cream.
He would go for an ice cream brand.
Sobe, the very sweet ice cream.
Whichever.
Yeah.
They searched all over the galaxy or the universe, really, I think is what they said, for Dragon Balls or the surviving Namekians, which I guess they didn't know. The Earthlings helped made a new Namek for them and put them there.
Yeah.
So they're like, shit. The only other Dragon Balls we know about are on Earth, and we don't want to go there because they just fuck your shit up. But they did. 2 snuck in, summoned Shenron with the help of
Garlic Jr.
No, that's
No,
not
not
Garlic
Garlic
Jr.
Jr.
No. Emperor Ulap.
Yeah, Emperor Ulap.
Oh man,
Garlic Jr.
they look alike. Like I hate Garlic Jr. so much.
You know, it was good that they referenced it from Battle of Gods because they were still little kids. Like,
oh yeah,
like
May
him and his minion, and his little to the girl and.
Oh yeah, because of the wish and everything.
Yeah.
May was still little, and that was one of the best jokes in my opinion that made reference to Battle of Gods was my boyfriend's name is Trunks.
Yeah, he'll beat you up.
Yeah. That was great. It's funny because this is like a 40-something-year-old or something like that, but got reverted into a young kid's body. That was one of the other great jokes. Kind of
that
little
was
cameos.
so funny, dude. Oh my god.
What was another great joke?
There was so many of them.
No, the fact that our planet's still here because of our food.
That was from the first one as well.
Yeah,
That's the only reason it was in danger of Beerus was because of a pudding cup. Which I like to mention. Where was Boo? Where was Majin Buu?
Oh yeah, because technically they referred to him. They said, hey. Hopefully, who was
Frieza, when he came back, he said, my father always said there was 2 individuals to never, challenge.
No fight.
Lord Beerus the Destroyer and Majin Buu.
Yeah.
And when they delivered the news that, Goku already took care of Buu, he was pissed.
Yeah. He's like, he said, well, technically he was giving his props, basically.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like, oh, so, he has been working big and strong. And then, it blew my mind to think that, Frieza never trained in his whole life and he was that freaking strong.
It's something that doesn't surprise you, but then again, you don't think about it. You're like, holy crap. But it explains so much about his character.
Yeah. Because in fact, he just said, I was like, well, this is the first time I'm ever going to have to train for anything, so I'll just spend a little time training, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to defeat Goku.
Which he even said during the fight with Goku, he's like, I even trained for this, so I'm going to make you suffer for that shit, too.
4 months of training.
Yeah.
That was it.
And then also in correspondence about food, our favorite joke comes from when Beerus awakens when Whis is training Goku and Vegeta. He wakes up, pissed off, of course. I was sleeping. You guys interrupted my sleep. And Whis entices him with pizza that he got from Earth. And he tries it. And he's enjoying it so much. It got reheated for him. It's all gooey. And he's like, oh, this is amazing. And he's like, I especially love this stuff at the top, the gooey, melty part. What is it? And it's quiet. And Whis is like, well, I can remember the word. It's just, it starts with a C. It's, Vegeta pipes in, it's cheese.
That was like the best wonder. Oh, it was a one-hit wonder. It was like the one joke that I was like, oh, Lord. You could tell the irritation in his voice, like, dude, it's train already. But it's cheese. And
it's
like,
cheese. We said that, I couldn't tell you how many times when we were walking out of the theater. And then we got food, and we had a hot dog, and on top
I had
of
a
that,
hot dog, and I was just eating. I was like, oh, I really love this part on top, the melty part. What it starts with C.
It's cheese. It's cheese. Which is just as good as from Battle of the Gods right at the end. Oh my boomer! I did that so many times after watching that. It's a good movie if you could take something like that and just use it over and over again. And I guarantee you there's going to be future videos with us where we're going to be like, it's cheese!
One thing that I kind of liked about the movie was the way how it's detailed the fighting was. Usually it's punch, kick, and then...
And it's very 2D, too. It shows you shots, but this one, it's rotating around them.
Yes.
Getting all fancy and all that. They put work into these 2 films, and if another one's on the way, I can expect this level of quality again. Yes. And man, is it cool!
It was like martial arts, like from the book, like it was textbook, like jiu-jitsu to Muay Thai to MMA, mixed martial arts, all.
yeah.
And I saw Wing Chun in there too. I was like, from basically Whis when he just basically just hey, and he just popped the typical Wing Chun, the move. I was like,
yeah,
the stances and everything like that.
Oh my god!
I was waiting for this.
And then Whis was like a beast.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was just like,
What you didn't get to learn from Battle of the Gods is actually he's not Beerus' servant. He's actually training Beerus.
Oh, I see.
He's stronger than Beerus.
Like he's his babysitter, basically.
Pretty much. That's his job.
He said, "I'm a being, basically. They take care of each."
Yeah, and one thing that they dropped in Battle of the Gods is there's multiple universes. He names a very particular number, and he's like, "Oh, Beerus ain't the only god of destruction," or something like that. There's other gods, blah 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 blah.
So there's a universe where Krillin and Yamcha don't die, right?
Yeah, where Yamcha might actually be married to Bulma.
Oh,
right.
Oh, my Bulma!
Imagine the possibilities in that. What if everything was switched around, like how?
What if Vegeta was the one that got sent and Goku was hell bent on shit? Who knows? But I don't think we're gonna see that kind of stuff.
No, I hope not. Let's keep it continuous.
Yeah, they might dip into what they dropped in Battle of the Gods of the other dimensions, especially when they're getting so friendly with Beerus and Whis.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe these other gods are going to show up and just kind of start wrecking stuff, especially when they keep screwing with time, which we learn in this film is a major felony with the Galactic Patrol.
Right.
There is a character that Jocko. He's there. I really didn't know the character before this movie, and he was hilarious.
Yeah, technically, after Dragon Ball Z ended, like Goten and Trunks were teenagers, and then this one, basically, Pan is still a little baby.
Yeah, she's some Pan. We officially know that the fetus that went Super Saiyan in Battle of the Gods was Pan, indeed. Even though they announced that GT was not canon. Bye.
Yeah.
Pan is still a thing. You know, the child is girl and is Pan. All right. I'm like, okay, as long as it doesn't fall back into that same footsteps. But with the shit that is going in the rate that it is right now, I do not foresee that happening. But yeah, Goten and Trunks don't make any appearance in this film at all.
Neither does Boo.
Neither does
I was
Boo.
so disappointed. They were referenced.
Neither does Dende.
Yeah.
No.
The Guardian.
Uh-huh.
So they were not in this. Krillin had his hair, but then as he was heading out,
oh my gosh, that was great.
he tells Android 18, who's stronger than him, and she loves to point that out, to stay home with the child, with their daughter, and he's like, you know what, there is one thing you can do for me. I'm going old school. And she shaves his head, buzzes it off, and I'm like...
Oh, yeah. And it's funnier because once he flies away, she's just there staring at him like, man, he's so cool.
But the reference, there is one, on Krillin's phone, because he's a police officer and whatnot, full hair. When his phone rings, guess what ringtone is playing? The freaking One Piece ringtone, the theme to One Piece. I
was listening for any other drops. I mean, it is Funimation. So I was waiting for other drops that would happen along that line. But there's not a lot of situations to where you can play music like that, like a cell phone. I mean, there's an elevator or a mall or a teenager's. But that's all stuff that's happening at the beginning before you actually start getting into the fight. Yeah. So I was listening, but I knew about halfway through I wasn't going to hear any of it. They did have that song Frieza. That heavy metal Frieza one, which the only time I heard that song before was actually from Dragon Ball Z Abridged. So when I heard Frieza, 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 I was like, they stole that shit.
And technically, like they didn't even dub none of the songs. They kept with the original songs. So all the songs that was on there was basically Japanese. So it was just all Japanese.
Good.
The opening theme was Japanese, and the ending.
It was very short title card too, but I was fine with it because.
Action. That's what
it felt like a long movie, but it wasn't past 2 hours. It was great. I highly enjoyed it. I got to see my childhood yet again, but on a bigger screen, and all the sound effects, and seeing these voices or seeing these characters and the voices that I grew up with was the old. And then of course they add new sound effects, new camera angles, all that other cool visuals, and that's the new. So it was a good combination of blend for me. So
it was an excellent combination.
It was all-you-can-eat buffet.
It's cheese.
It was cheese.